Hey, Mr. Clash here, another best army for the base video, and today I'm going to try and cover two, and this is the first base that I'm looking at, and I chose Witch Slap. If you have a look at the bottom of the video, you can see that I chose Witch Slap. Now, why did I choose Witch Slap and not Hogs? Well, I need to get a little bit of drawing going on here. So, firstly, all these places here, all of these spots that I'm marking are potential places where there are spring traps for my Hogs. And I just looked at all of those spots and I just went, geez, I can't avoid them. I can't really do too much. There's probably a spring trap here as well. I can't, or possibly one there as well. And I can't do much to avoid any of these. And if I send 3 hogs at each, I can potentially lose 3 hogs at each spot. If I'm coming in with a stoned GOHO, that's 3 golems and 24 hogs. If I lose 3 hogs at each spot, I can potentially lose 18 hogs, leaving me 6 hogs to take out the rest of the base to deal with the bombs, things like that. So that's probably not going to be an option. If I come in with a shattered GOHO, that's 2 golems, and I bring in 30 hogs, it's still okay. But if I lose 18, it's still only leaving me 12 for the rest of the base. And that doesn't include any Teslas, which might be around here, and anything that I've got to deal with my kill squad to try and get the queen. Okay, also with the hogs, I'm dealing with, if I'm coming in from the queen side, because I have to deal with the queen here, I'm dealing with a clan castle straight away, archer, king as well, and potentially all of these Teslas, and my wizards are going to take forever to get through these high buildings, and my kill squad, I'm not going to get a lot done. I'd be maybe lucky to get this sort of thing done for my basic kill squad. If I'm coming in with a GOHO, so I'm going to bring bowlers in, all of these storages around here, if I can't get the funnel wide enough, my bowlers will just start wandering around and game over for them. They're not taking out enough of what matters in the base. So all this point defense out here, so for me, the hogs weren't looking too good. Okay, so what about air? Obviously, I can't really do too much as far as queen pop goes. If I zap out something, the lure is no problem, but then I've got 4 air defenses in a line. That creates a little bit of problem for my experience with queen pop. So for my experience with queen pop, that wasn't going to work there. Any type of gobo lalo, of course, I want to come in and take out 2 air defenses and the queen. Again, I've got the likelihood I've got Teslas around here I have to deal with. I have to clear this trash. If I put a golem here, if there's a Tesla there, the golem might wander over to there. So it starts to make my pathing to just get in and take out these 2 air defenses starts to be a little bit too hard. And then I'm dealing with this air sweeper pointing out this way. So trying to bring balloons in on here. A lot of pathing. They'll all path around this way, ignoring this expo. The expo will shoot them the whole time. They'll be trying to take on all these wizards. The lava hounds will be over here. The balloons will be naked if I come in this way. If I come in from this backside, and that's a possibility, there's not too much threat. All these cannons can't shoot them, just 1 air defense there and the expo. If I don't get this sweeper down, then they're going to create a bit of havoc, and then the lava hounds will sort of hover around each of these other weapons, and then they'll slowly get taken out, but then all my balloons will have to deal with all this wizard stuff, and that's not including if there's Teslas down here or possibly Teslas in these places here. So for me, as far as I looked at it, hogs and air was out. Now, the way that I view Witch Slap is if I can get to the expos. So this will get me access to that expo. My kill squad should take out all of this pretty easily. Witches will come around the outside on both sides. They'll take out these things as they go. And the only threat would be this last air defense, but by then there was so little of anything around here, I thought that probably wouldn't matter. So for me, Witch Slap was going to be the best option. And just have a look at how this actually went in action. So I'll try to run through this a couple of times. So watch the first one at normal speed. So I didn't want the witches to path over too much, which is why I placed them there. These ones on the left-hand side, I was happy for them to take out the mortar, then come in a little bit, and the idea would be to place the P.E.K.K.A. on either the camp or the first barracks, and then a couple of Valkyries on the other one. They'll come in, take out the mortar, and then jump over into the middle. I put that jump spell just in case that they needed to get over to that expo, because I wasn't 100% sure. So here all the troops come in, bowlers over at that angle to make sure they absolutely will not path over to that cannon. And that's it. See, because I put the bowlers over there, that's the closest thing to them. So I've brought a packer along, the bowlers have come in, the packer will come back out. My king's gone in through the middle. I preempted the poison spell to take on what was in the clan castle, and this was a fresh hit, and I didn't know what was in the clan castle, and it turned out it was a lava hound, so I saved the second poison for the pups that would invariably come when my queen eventually locked onto it. Witches on the right hand side under heal, they'll do fine. The healers on the left have all gone, but there's too many witches over there and too many skeletons for them to be taken out by the archer tower and that Tesla that's over there. So my queen has decided to lock onto the lava hand at this stage, and she's getting hit by the wizards. Now, what I was keeping an eye on her. If her health got too low, I was probably just going to let her go. I was just going to let her fizzle out, because what I didn't want was activate her ability, pop the lava hound, then she goes down, and then I've got all these lava pups running around. Although it probably wouldn't have mattered to the witches, it was just an extra thing that I probably didn't really want to do. So I was happy to sacrifice the queen if it came to it, but it didn't. So once she got to this level, I thought, oh, the wizard tower won't get her out. Nothing will get her out. I've got too many witches, I've got healers, I've still got the peckers, and it will all be game over for this base anyway. So it went pretty well according to plan. I didn't know where any of the big bombs were, so we'll have a look at that again. And just so that you can have an idea of why I placed things where I did. So I placed the witches there because I didn't want them anyway. The top witches, I didn't want them pathing over to the right, so that's why I placed them a little bit that way. And of course the base design naturally lent to that aspect. The witches on the left didn't really care too much. I thought they'd mostly go down, come down to the south. Now, where I placed the bowlers with that jump spell, I've placed them that way. The bowlers aren't going to be able to get over the moat, but that way they're not even going to be attracted by that cannon, which is on the outer layer just next to the left side of the air defense. This way they have to get to the first cannon, then they have to sort of take the jump to come into the air defense. And now once that other cannon's down, there's nowhere else for them to go. They have to come into the core. My queen drop was yeah, she didn't drop. I'd actually dropped her, and I thought, where's my queen? Where's my queen? So the queen drop wasn't late on purpose. It was because once I clicked on my queen and I dropped her, she didn't actually deploy. So that's why the queen was actually a little bit late coming to the party. And it was probably a good thing, as it turns out anyway, because the lava hound sort of cottoned onto the packer, and the packer was just doing a good lot of tankage, a good lot of damage in there. So that archer tower is now trying to target the witches at the bottom. I've got two bowlers trying to break a wall, so they're sort of late to the party. They'll come over to that wizard tower, and they'll do a bit of damage on the wizard tower, but not enough to take it out. So my queen is now following the lava hound instead of shooting at wizard towers, and the lava hound is very close to going out. So once that happened, yeah, I could rage the queen, drop a poison to make sure the pups weren't going to be doing too much damage on my packer, or even try and target the witches. The witches do deal a lot of damage on lava pups of the enemy lava pups, like you can see them here, taking out those lava pups at the bottom, and just too many skeletons with my queen standing up still for this base to withstand whatever was left, which was a couple of splash damages from wizards and a mortar splash damage. It was just too much. So that is the first one. So let's pause there, and I'll just flip over to the second attack. Okay, this is the second base that we're going to have a look at here, and there were basically, I'm looking at three options, two air and two ground possibilities, but I'm really looking at one ground possibility. So first we'll have a look at what my options are with the air. Now there are Teslas here and here, Tesla near this cannon and near this cannon. Now what that means is, if I send a lava hound to this air defense, then balloons here, these balloons will hit the Tesla, go cannon, archer, and path away. Now what that means is, to get to this air defense, I need this Tesla to go down, then drop balloons, and it's a long way to travel. And by the time I've done that, this air defense will be targeting that. Those lava hounds are going to be taking a lot of damage, especially considering these archer tower will also be targeting, and this Tesla. So that's all, and this expo as well. Now in terms of this Tesla over here, these balloons will path here, then come over, and that's a long way to get to this air defense. It's too many steps for my liking in terms of just the balloon pathing on this end. So keep this balloon pathing over this side in mind, because it plays a part to what I want to talk about next. So in terms of the balloon pathing on the right hand side, I didn't like that. In terms of this balloon pathing over this side, a little bit better. However, the balloon pathing from the Tesla is still the same that way, and we're still looking at this sort of pathing there. Okay, yes, I can put balloons in here and here all at the same time for them to go that way, but I'm still looking at a minimum of 3 stops before they get to an air defense. And that's not subjecting to anything that this sweeper might be doing. So any lava hounds are going to be dead pretty quickly. So that's the issue that I have with balloon pathing. So having done that, I want to talk about the balloon pathing now. So now we're going to talk about what if it was queen pop. It doesn't matter. I like to get my queen, the enemy queen, between air defenses if I can in queen pop, or to finish on the enemy queen if I can. Now in this case, you can see this is the hound pathing. I've already talked about the difficulty in getting these air defenses down, and that just means, what the hell are my balloons doing to try and get in, to try and do anything? It was just too difficult in my mind. I'm sure like an expert queen popper or something. Now in terms of lava gobo lalo, I'm sure I could put a jump there. Teslas will pop, my golems will here and here. Whizzies, that's all nice. I'll take out these two, take out a little bit of stuff on the way, and my bowlers will probably take out the queen. But the issue I then have is still on this side, what I've talked about with the pathing. All of these things while coming in against the sweeper. The first hound I have to assume is going to die straight away. And with all this stuff shooting on the second one, it's going to die really quickly before I can get any balloons in to try and do enough damage, because just the pathing, the travel of all the balloons is just way too much. So that's what I was looking at. Now in terms of, I just want to show you this, that's the clan castle radius. Now I can't remember what was in the clan castle on this one. So I'll just draw the bombs back onto the screen where the bombs are. So we've got a bomb here, we've got a bomb here, and we've got a bomb here. So that's why I didn't choose air. So in terms of witch slap, come over here, jump there. Now you do know that I like to try and take care of the expos, but with a bomb there, bomb here, because I'm jumping a split wall, bowlers will maybe want to go this way. They won't necessarily want to go in. They'll split up. They've got things shooting at them from all directions, and there was just the possibility that my initial kill squad and bowlers would not be able to get over to this second expo or the air defense. And I just didn't like the look of witch slap on this particular base. So witch slap was out. So what about hogs? Now I can put a jump spell there. Tesla's there and here, so just keep that in mind. Now what I thought was, I drew the perpendicular line thing. I thought I can get some wall breakers into that, so I can at least get golems into here, hero into there. The hero will be able to jump, kill my queen, so that's pretty good. So if I pop a wizard down here first, then as the wizard comes over, drop a golem, a couple of wizards on here, second golem, wizard. Now the issue that I have is the first golem gets here to this Tesla, the cannon, this archer will fire on it. This second golem will be being subjected to this, possibly the cannon, and also the queen. So it all has to happen very fast to try and get some of this done, so I can get my king in and my queen to come in and take out, hopefully, all this section of the base. So once that happens, because of all the lines, multiple layers of defense on this base, all very heavily congested, what that means is that I have to take the hogs heavy. I've got to come in massively heavy with the hogs, so all of them. But once all this is out, there's nothing here to detract them. All the hogs have to do is path around that way. That's the path that they'll have to take. There's no other option for them. And I've got 3 heals to spend. I know I'm going to have to put one here because that's where the last bomb is. And that means I've got 3 other places to put a heal. Probably have to put one somewhere where the king's going to target them. And that should be game over for the base. So that was the plan. That's why I chose it. I'll get rid of all of that stuff. And let's have a look how that went in action. So wizard's gone down first. As he's coming over, drop the golem. It triggers the Tesla. drop another couple of wizards onto that thing. So now all 3 wizards should come down, take out the Tesla, take out the cannon. So second golem's gone down, so you can see that the first golem's being subjected by 2 archer towers, a cannon and a Tesla. So wall breakers have come in. Test wall breaker went in first, followed by the second one. Clan castles come out. A little bit late on the poison on the clan castle, but I was trying to drop down the king and the queen at the same time. Top wizards are going to take out that town hall. King going in. Queen is going to maybe go in, maybe path around. And then once that's all looking good, golems have taken a hell of a beating. In come the hogs. Heavy, heavy, heavy hogs. Now, there are spring traps here, and I can't avoid them, but I figure the benefit of the hogs being heavy far outweighs the spring traps that are there. So I'll save 1 heal spell for around near the king. Now my queen is being targeted by some defences up there, and I'm not even paying attention. I'm paying attention to my hogs at the moment, so I don't even phase my queen. Otherwise, she would have taken out a little bit more stuff, but probably not too much. She was still going to go down. So second heal, under where those expos are, they'll take out the expo wizard, mortar, cannon, and then saving that last heal for where the bomb is, because I know the fully healed hogs, and I've got way too many of them to for them not to take out the rest of the base. Just save that last heal for that spot, and there we go. They'll be healed up. They'll take out the Tesla, the cannon where the bomb is, then move on to the archer tower just as the heal runs out. And I've already got my cleanup wizards down at the bottom. They'll path around there. The other hogs will take out the top part of the base. Now, I didn't obviously have a wizard for the top builder's hut, but I thought that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Once these hogs split up, that should be okay. Now, my biggest concern was that if the hogs approach this king in the wrong sort of order, because it was a max king, if they approach him one at a time, he'll take them out, take them out, take them out, and then I could possibly end up not getting a 3-star just because of the way that the hogs approach the king. Now, the issue with the spring traps there, you saw, didn't really affect those hogs, but that, imagine if they had, I would have lost 3 hogs there. Then I would have been light on the hogs. So that is it. So that is why on the first one I chose Witch Slap, and on the second one why I chose to do a 2 golem GOHO instead of a 3 golem GOHO. So that's it for today's video. Please leave the video. Oh, hang on. I've got I've got the question of the day. Okay, so before we go, question of the day is, why did the Scarecrow get a promotion? The Scarecrow got a promotion because he was outstanding in his field. So anyway, that's it for today's video. Thanks for sticking around. Do leave the video a thumb up. It does help the channel. Please comment. Let me know what you thought of how I approached both of those bases, or if you would have done it differently or the same or whatever. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that you can get further updates on when I release things and things like that. And I'll see you in the next video.